I wanted to remind him on the youth. You remember the youth, these same jobs that he had just realized the youth needed jobs. The same youth were on his neck as president and were asking him they needed the same jobs he's promising today. And what were they told? Randy, we all remember, I haven't forgotten, that there was this issue of I'm not a magician and how do I get you all these jobs? Has he become a magician? When did he turn that magician? And I don't know.
Are you quoting him?
I am paraphrasing. I'm not able to quote verbatim, but the main import of that conversation was that he's not a magician to give the youth jobs that do not exist. He was his president at the time. Secondly, when the issue of the youth who were in your training colleges and things came up. Training colleges provide jobs, right? They train nurses, they train teachers to become teachers. They train the youth to become nurses and etc. But when the issue of their very livelihood, that my brother Phyllis has just referenced, when the very livelihood of their allowances, most of them relied and lived on these allowances, when it came up, what was the answer? Most of the media houses reported it. I have one on Ghana Web which was saying that. He said you can, even if he will lose election, vis-a-vis paying these allowances that are at the bottom, the basic of the livelihood of these young men and women. Randy, if he will not pay and they will not vote for him, they can go. Let me put it in my words. They can go and bend the sea for all he cares. If this was the posture of His Excellency the President to his youth under him who are calling on him for support, for help, we are dying, we need jobs. Finally, some other statements came from other leading members of the NPP, of the NDC. They can cut grass, they can crack stores, they can do this, and they will make a living out of it. I remember then I asked this question. The honorable member of parliament and minister then, who was referring his young men to go and cut grass. You have finished the university, you finished your masters, you want a job, and the best job that the honorable minister can propose to his children and his young men and women was for them to go and cut grass. So clearly you could see that if Phyllis uses the word clueless, these and many more examples I can give you give the youth the impression that their leader, their president, is showing signs of cluelessness as to how to give them jobs. And the same thing is reflected in this our 24-hour economy thing and this Okada business. I keep saying that the problem, we have a problem with unemployment. Yes, nobody can say anything contrary to this. But if this is the problem, do you think that the Okada he himself, under his watch, the regulation, the traffic regulation was amended to ban, to exile? The same Okada, he is now telling the Okada people that I am coming to legalize. Who in the first place, under whose watch did the regulation get amended to make it illegal? Is it telling us that whatever happened just yesterday, how many years now, that he's coming to do something significantly different? Look, he was somebody who is not a novice within the political space. And if we have the opportunity to talk about His Excellency, the Honorable Napo and others, it will come up. Because experience should give us better performance. So if you want to employ Randy, you want to employ somebody who has experience within that space, so that the fellow will bring experience to bear. So if I am a teacher, a senior, very, very senior one, of course, and under me, the schools could not perform, I'll come there when I get to free SHS. Then you will begin to ask yourself questions. So His Excellency, the former president, with the youth, His Excellency Bawumia has promised the youth. He said, with us, within the first 6-7 years, 2-point-something million, 2.1 million and more have gotten jobs. It is no news. Phyllis can say whatever he wants to say, but it is no news that we have engaged more people within the police, more people within the immigration. The YEA have trained a lot of people, those people who might not have the skills that Randy, Phyllis, and people like us may have. They are training them. Recently, you saw the Kaya building that was the aim. People thought that thing was going to be a residential facility for them to go and sleep and go and begin to carry load again. His Excellency, the Vice President's vision is not that. He said, we are providing you with a place, we will train you, we will resource you, we will give you things that you need to go and turn your life around. So that if your aim is not to continue carrying this load, which is not the Vice President's vision for them, he's going to give them training. And this training is going to lead them, reshape and redirect their lives. This is reality. This is not talk. This is action on the ground. I wish in his speech he would have mentioned these things, that, we wanted to give people jobs, so we sent money into SADA, and the money we sent into SADA was to train people to weave baskets, was to train people to do this and that. And those people are here. They have woven baskets. We want to train people. We wanted to invest in the one that went to Burkina, what's the name? In Guinea fowl. And these are the Guinea fowls, and these are the farms, and these are the people working there. You were here. Somebody was brought. Funnily, I hear the fellow was a Muslim or so, and he was given a pig to go and rear or something. Akukon ketinketi and pigs and all that. That is not necessarily what the people of Ghana and the youth of Ghana, I'm tackling the youth, may be looking for. So you will realize that under His Excellency Mahmoud Bawumia, he's looking at those people who have no skills and porters and these things. Let's give them what they want. Those people who have the skills, he said, I am going to train 1 million people. Provide them with IT skills. That is the modern day, the way to go. Under this government, STEM schools are being promoted. Randy, you see, something gives me a lot of joy. In Ghana here, there was a time, or there's been a time up until now, that if your child wants to go to a technical school, you will tell him, are you crazy? Are you mad? What's wrong with you? You want to go into a technical school? Do you know why? Because the technical schools have been run down. Polytechnics were designed in this country to be a progression of those people. Right? Somewhere along the line, our polytechnic system turned upside down. We deviated from what it was supposed to do into doing all the other humanities and other things, just like the traditional universities were doing.
Has that changed?
Something has changed. What has changed is that the government is now focusing on STEM education. As part of the training program for the youth, government is focusing on STEM education. Let them go to the schools. I want to believe, Randy, by now you have seen some of the STEM schools that have been built. And if your production has some of the pictures, I will pray that they put one there and the people of Ghana will be shocked the kind of investment that are going into these trainings, targeting the youth. So when people are crying that the youth, there are no jobs in this country, I don't want to believe that the solution is only a 24-hour economy. If His Excellency, the former president, could not convince me that he wants to employ 3 shifts at Gapoha to do something, and those 3 shifts at Gapoha, he will be able to raise enough revenue to pay them. He will be able to do. Then those are that is the crux of the matter for me. Because if we employ 10 shifts of people, 100 shifts of people, and demonstrations begin and confusion starts, which my brother Phyllis, I heard one of his explanations. Later I saw that he said it's fake. I heard some voices, unfortunately. The explanations have not resonated with somebody like me yet, including going to buy the elephant and the lions and all that. It hasn't sunk down with somebody like me yet. But the promise is out there. 3 times people will get jobs. That is vague for me, because the one who is telling me that I am training porters to become seamstresses, to become hairdressers, to become these makeup artists, that young lady could be employed by Metro just to be doing makeup for people and earn a living, and maybe a better living, if for want of a better word. So Randy, with the youth, there is a better plan under the NPP than the NDC. They have said it, it's clear on the ground. Then he mentioned corruption, and my jaw just dropped. My jaw just dropped when he mentioned corruption. Under him, there were lists, a long list of corruption issues. Long lists.
Are these the pictures you're asking for?
No, the buildings.
Oh, okay.
There are some lovely STEM buildings. I think they gave it, the Ministry of Education gave it to all.
This is the interior.
Yes. If you see the buildings and the equipment, the machinery that are being put into the development of the youth. So that issue, let me put it aside. But I was developing a point. I took the youth. His Excellency, the former president, has not given Ghana the opportunity to believe him that he has the youth. He's going to do better with the youth than this current government is doing, because this current government has done marvelously well with the youth, even though the problems are still there. And they are growing because our population is growing. So the people looking for jobs will be more, right? The opportunities that are being created will begin to dwindle, especially in an era like this. I have always said that an NPP government has been in power before, right? His Excellency President Kufuor has been in power. We saw how the economy went. Even then, they were telling the people of Ghana that Ghana is as bad as never before, as the most corrupt country in the world. The era where Ghanaian NPP people have more money than the World Bank is keeping. They told the people of Ghana this. Based on that, they voted for them. What happened? In an economy where this country, where things were moving, foreign banks started coming into the country, our GDP, everything was doing well. We have moved from minus 182 or something, thereabout. And by the time President Kufuor was exiting, we are hovering around between 22. They always quote the 55, but the 55 was after the rebasing was done, after they left office. So around 32. From 182, and things were doing well. But that time, they convinced the people of Ghana that Ghana was terrible. And they voted for them. Then what happened? They started paying judgment debts to themselves and playing tricks with the system. We had everything that happened. Let me leave that one for the youth. Come to corruption. Under His Excellency, the former president, we had so many allegations. And the way he put it in his statement is what also dropped my jaw. That he will ensure, is that not what he said? That none of these things happen. And then he added, if we claimed, the NPP claimed that he was corrupt when they came, why is he, why hasn't he been prosecuted or something? Something like that. Does he want to be prosecuted? I was expecting a challenge on the British SFO thing. But the British SFO, they are always defending themselves, saying that nobody came to him, nobody mentioned his name. I said in Ghana here, the first time I heard his name in this, apart from the government official one, which I interpret to be the first gentleman of the land in the time, which happens to be him, was my side interpretation that special prosecutor there said he is the one. I haven't heard him challenge the special prosecutor in court. If he wants to go to court, that's why I said his statement is what I am speaking to. Why are you not putting me in court? But why didn't you challenge the one who told you that you are the one? And the British SFO put the thing on their website and find the offenders, right? And the offenders went to pay. Randy, if the offenders paid, they are fine. The fact that I have done something wrong and taken to court, and I was fined and paid and released, does it exonerate me from whatever has happened?
Was President Mama fined by anybody?
No, I said the perpetrators. You were collateral damage, right? It was said that in the statement. The statement is still online in the British SFO website, where the government official one and the related people were mentioned. And what I'm saying is that the people who offended the law were the Airbus people. And Airbus was fined, right? If Airbus didn't pay and they had to go into details, we would have now known whatever has happened. And what I am saying is nobody is bringing these things up at a time like this. He is bringing it. But those ones that were had to be taken to court under this government, I don't know whether, that's why I said my jaw dropped. Is he expecting some extrajudicial activities, or like the Maslock lady was taken to court? Like with NCA, William Tevye and co, right? The case went to court. Is that not it? This Woyome case that happened, it was a big campaign message in 2012. Went to court. I hear the man is paying. That's at least the information available to me. And if he is paying, does it mean it didn't happen? It happened. But some remedies have been provided. If he thinks that he has committed a crime, he should come and tell we the people of Ghana. But what the corruption...
Who thinks he has committed?
If he thinks, but he is saying he hasn't been put before court. I haven't said that he should be put before court. So if he is thinking that, oh, during my era, ABCD happened, he is saying you put corruption tax on me. And I said he had the ultimate responsibility of all these people. So Nanado came out recently and said, don't chase my vice. I have ultimate responsibility. If you have questions, ask me. If he thinks he has ultimate responsibility, and therefore we have questions, we should ask him. It is open. Otherwise, I think that, to be sincere with you, I also believe that we have given our presidents a little more opportunity to do a lot of things. I was discussing this Joe Biden's son's issue. They will not go to parliament because one of their own is in court. There is nothing wrong with me. I have always said this. People don't agree with me. But there's nothing wrong with me knowing Randy, and I have an issue, and pick a phone and call Randy that, Charlie, I need help. Then Randy will move his car to give me that solidarity, that support. There's nothing wrong with it. We are Africans. If you have a problem, if police stops me, I quickly will scroll through my phone and look for the best policeman I know who can at least intervene. That's what we do. If you have a problem, you go to the chief. So there is nothing, I don't see, people disagree, forgive me, but I don't see anything wrong with parliamentarians getting up to say we want to solidarize with our friend. I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with is, let the law work. Simple. That is what you and I have agreed for this country to be ruled by. The law. So that fortunately, the man has not been arrested and put in some national security dungeon somewhere with mosquitoes chewing him. That's not what happened. The thing has been sent to court. Why do you take the thing out of the court and put it on the court of public opinion where, excuse me to say, people like me, I have no legal knowledge. If I need anything, I'll call a lawyer. You put it there and you want us to be discussing it. And if you remember when this issue broke, I was here with Sammy. A lot of the things we spoke about turned out not to be upside down. Number two, look at the issues that are coming up now. Things are happening. Let the professionals handle it. Schools. He mentioned school challenges. How do we solve it? Free SHS. I'm coming there. So this corruption matter. His Excellency, the former president, please. We know what happened in Ghana. Corruption. Everywhere. We knew it. If maybe somebody believes that his level of respect, dignity, whoever he is, because of that, let's prosecute the direct offenders and leave whoever thinks he has ultimate responsibility. Who am I? Who am I to say no? But the point I am making here is, he should ask for corruption, he shouldn't go there.